Hello, this is Dr. Scott Peck, and we're talking about love skill number 20, listen with empathy. This has got to be one of the most powerful love skills that you can possibly live. And it's exciting because it has dramatic results. First of all, how many people really listen to you? I mean, the truth is, people don't listen very well. I'm looking at you right now, and I might be thinking, gee, when will this be over and I can go to the movie, or I can't wait to have a hot fudge sundae. So I could be looking right at you, but not really listening to you. So listening is very, very powerful for creating intimacy. But listening with empathy is like going to the extreme of ecstatic intimacy. And here's what it means to listen with empathy. Empathy means that you actually stop thinking about yourself, stop making judgments and conclusions, and actually listen to the other person so that you're in his or her world, so that you're so absorbed in his or her world that you're walking around in the other person's shoes, the other person's life. You're so present there without judgment that you really can feel it and understand it from their point of view, not from your analysis or your judgment or you're trying to figure out what's the solution. So when somebody feels you listening with true empathy, it just knocks their socks off because they just can't believe that somebody is so tuned into them. This is what you'd expect would happen if you went to see a therapist or a counselor. But the beautiful thing is that it's available to you and to me as a simple love skill. Well, maybe not so simple, but it's available to put into practice in a simple way of listening with empathy. Now, important point. Listening to the other person, walking in his or her shoes, doesn't mean you become that person, or you cry for that person, or you suffer for that person. It means you're present with that person, but you always know your identity because you can help somebody by listening with empathy to support their heart. And when it's all over, rather than wallowing in the suffering, if there is suffering, and saying, I'm just my eyes are crying, I feel so terrible, which would be sympathy, not empathy. But with empathy, you can say, what I hear you saying, and reflect back, and that's our next love skill, and all of a sudden they're going to feel like you understand, but you're not in the pit with them. And even if they're happy and you're empathizing with someone who's very happy, like if you were empathizing with me right now, you'd be tuning into me, not listening like, how can I use this skill for myself, but you'd saying, what's happening within Scott right now? He seems to be very relaxed and very happy, and you're just tuning into my spirit, my energy, and being part of that by dropping yourself. You might even practice this by going back and listening to this video again and listening to it without judgment, without analysis, without trying to apply it to your life, without you in the center of attention, and just practice your empathy that way. It'll be a real awakening. So listening with empathy is really a profoundly deep way to love another person. I'd even go so far as to say it is the highest way that you can love another person, or certainly one of the highest ways. So I encourage you to get really good at this love skill. Listen with empathy. I love you.